Ravens flock. The flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed. I appreciate you, Ray. What's up, Ravens fans? My name is Ryan. Welcome back to another episode of the Flock Rundown. Let the rumors start swirling. DeAndre Hopkins has officially been released by the Arizona Cardinals. Will the Ravens make an aggressive move to get him? Do they need to make an aggressive move to get him? Should they make the move to get him? Those are all questions that are going to be asked. I feel like we don't need him. But would I love to have him? Absolutely. We don't need him because of all the additions we've already made. I mean, signing Odell Beckham Jr. to a $15 million deal, incentives up to $18 million, signing Nelson Aguilar as a depth signing, drafting Zay Flowers, getting Rashad Bateman back. If you do add DeAndre Hopkins in, you're obviously really all in on the offense, which I'm for. But you're going to have to probably give him a similar deal to the Beckham deal. It's going to be a one-year type of deal, probably a low cap hit with some void years just to be able to afford it. Right now, the Ravens have like $11 million in cap space, but there's some guys that can still restructure. Marlon Humphrey, Ronnie Stanley. There's still guys on the team that have big numbers that we can move those deals around and create more cap space if needed. It does mortgage your future a little bit, restructuring deals with current players and then adding all these void years onto a deal like Odell and possibly Hopkins. Having a lot of void years, if you don't keep re-signing those guys, it just creates a lot of dead money for the future. Like, if we don't re-sign Odell next year, I think there's like $11 or $12 million dead money cap hit, and he won't even be on our team. So adding a bunch of void years creates those problems, and I feel like we would do that if we got Hopkins. But, man, I mean, it would be exciting. It would be exciting. I'm already expecting a show on offense in Baltimore. If you add DeAndre Hopkins to this core, there's an unlimited amount of weapons. And more than anything, it creates a massive amount of security. I think that's what I'd love the most about it. Even if one or two receivers go down, we're still in a good spot. Last year when Bateman went down, we were done. I mean, we saw it play out. You can have all the hope in the world, but like there was no one to go to. Now we have a nice trio. Odell, Bateman, Zay Flowers, and then some decent depth with Duvernay, Nelson Aguilar, and then whoever else ends up making the team, whether it's Tylan Wallace or Prochet or whoever. I would love Hopkins. Toss Hopkins in there. I'm all for it. I mean, we're talking greatest show on turf type thing here. But I just don't see it from a financial point and a risk standpoint for the future. I think the leading team is probably the Bills. I've heard the most about that. They didn't go out and spend money on receivers this offseason. I really feel like he's going to Buffalo. Von Miller's hinted at it a few times. There's been rumors swirling. DeAndre Hopkins on the podcast was hyping up Josh Allen. I could see Buffalo. I could see Kansas City. I could see New England. Maybe I've heard their name. I would say Baltimore shouldn't be the favorite. But, man, I'm not mad at the move. I wouldn't be mad at the move. There's no way that you wouldn't be excited if we ended up making this move. We would literally have one of the greatest offenses on paper I've ever seen. With Lamar Jackson and then adding Todd Monken's scheme, I really think it would be an incredible show. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And it's not that we don't have the cap. I just know that we like to have some cap room for post-June 1st cuts. There's always some veterans cuts. There's still a lot of veteran free agents out there. People like Houston or even Marcus Peters, bringing those guys back. There's always guys that get cut in June, July, August that we ended up swooping in and making a great veteran signing. If you have all that cap flexibility, you can make all those value signings. If you go out and give DeAndre Hopkins $15 million and create void years, you're probably putting your back against the wall when it comes to other signings. But like I said, man, I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it. DeAndre Hopkins is such a well-rounded receiver. He's that jump ball guy who can high point the ball and go get it. He's got great hands, great route running. He doesn't have crazy speed to separate, but he's always open even if he's covered. He's that type of receiver. We haven't had a guy like that. It would be extremely exciting. I just don't want to get my hopes up because I feel like Buffalo is such a more logical path for him to go to. Not that he wouldn't want to play with Baltimore. Baltimore is offering the same exact money as Buffalo. I could see him signing with the Ravens. I think he's going to go to the Bills. I don't even know if we would offer a deal. I know the rumors are going to be flying. I already seen it on Twitter going crazy. I don't think we're going to sign DeAndre Hopkins. I'm not getting my hopes up. But I'd be very open to it. It would be very exciting. The fan in me just wants to see that. I really want to see that. I want to turn on Madden and just go crazy with DeAndre Hopkins, Odell, Zay Flowers, and Bateman. That's crazy. I mean, that's an incredible receiving core. It would really hurt guys like Duvernay and Aguilar. I don't think they'd play a ton, but we would be so secure depth-wise. We could afford an injury or two, especially with aging guys like Odell and Hopkins. They might miss a few games, get a little banged up. It's okay. We'd be able to easily keep pushing through. Our defense is already pretty stacked. This would be an incredible move. Drop a comment. Do you even want DeAndre Hopkins on the Ravens? Does it make sense for us to add another receiver after we've added so many? Is it just a pipe dream? And where do you think he's going to go? Is it Baltimore? Is it Buffalo? Kansas City? A wild card team that we're not talking about? Let me know in the comments. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Flock Rundown. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.